are detected, but they're not equally important for you. There's only a few, let's say 10 or 15, which can actually have a detrimental impact on your performance. Again, unfortunately, they are chemically very stable, so once you have them, you cannot get rid of them. They're resistant to low and high temperatures, resistant during storage, and also can resist pelleting processes. Making the feed, they can all resist that. A mold inhibitor is only useful to prevent new mycotoxins from developing in your raw material, but once you have your mycotoxins already in from the field, then you cannot get rid of them. Then you need to add a solution so you can help the animal defend itself. So how prevalent is it? As I mentioned, unfortunately, because we, just like a lot of companies, do a lot of analysis, a lot of testing globally, so we can come up with an annual report, a bit of an overview on where we find which type of mycotoxins, and we find them everywhere. We find them everywhere. And to be honest, I think the results here are underreporting the issue, because a lot of these results are based on feed analysis. And as I mentioned, what was a number you're not allowed to forget anymore? 80%. 80% of all the mycotoxins are not detected if you only analyze the feed. Now, we also do analysis here in Nigeria. And unfortunately, if we just focus on aflatoxins, the level causes with, for example, a viral challenge, we know that immunity can have a direct impact on vaccine response. You might think that your vaccine is not working properly. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But in some cases, your animals don't have enough power, enough immunity to actually have enough viral response to the vaccine. Bacterial, we also know that, for example, DON can be a predisposing factor, so can come before Clostridium perfringens induced necrotic enteritis. So where the link always was open the door for bacterial diseases, viral diseases, parasites. So that's why it's important to pay attention to your mycotoxin program. And this is where we come in. This is we, with our red cape, we fly in and we say, we can help you with this. So we have established at Innovat the RISE program, which stands for Risk, Impact, Strategy, and Evaluation. Because like anything in life, before you know what to do, you need to be able to measure it. Because if you don't measure it, how do you see if there's an improvement? People can come to you and say, oh, we have the best product. Fantastic. But if you're not able to measure the improvement by using the product, how do you know it's working? The first method that we can assist you with is analyzing the raw material. That's something that we can do here locally with our local partner Civic. We can check for the raw material, and there with the device we can check for 4 different mycotoxins. It's like a quick test. In half an hour you have the results, but only valid for raw material. Don't use it, or we don't recommend to use it for finished feed. We also can analyze the feed itself. We work with a third-party lab in Belgium, Primoris, and they analyze for 16 different mycotoxins. And these are common services that a lot of companies are offering, either quick test or analysis of finished feed. Now, what makes us very unique is that we are the only company in the world who can actually look inside the animal. So just imagine that. With a few drops of blood, we work with the University of Ghent, and we can analyze 36 different mycotoxins and their metabolites. Now just think about this. Number 1 and number 2 are valid methods of analysis. There's nothing wrong against that. The only weak point here is your sampling. Because what people not always realize is if you have a batch of raw material here on the floor, your mycotoxins are not spread evenly over this batch. They appear in what we know as hotspots. So basically you take a sample and you don't analyze this batch. This is what we do. With the blood analysis, we can offer a clear picture on the level of real exposure of your chickens, even swine. We do a lot of species, but specifically of your chickens, and see what the real level of exposure is of mycotoxins. Aflatoxin or fumonisin, but also of the new ones which are more emerging and more present. And just to give you an idea, because you can say, oh, well, that's fine, because you mentioned in the beginning 500 mycotoxins, but they're not equally important. Yes, but the emerging one that we are testing for, when it comes to the toxicity level, they can be compared to the more common ones, to DOM, for example. So the tinoazonic acid, alterinol, eniatin, bovricin, can be considered as toxic as your DOM. Just think about this. And again, this is where we come in. So we can do the analysis, make a recommendation, but we can also come up with a solution. And one of the solutions that we have readily available here in Nigeria is a product called S&S, which is our mycotoxin deactivator. And why do I call this a deactivator? Because based on the ingredients, we can identify 5 modes of actions which are important. Number 4 and 5 are to get rid of your mycotoxins. And you can either do that by binding them or detoxifying them. Because again, unfortunately, not all mycotoxins can be bound. You need to find another way to get rid of them. And the other way is detoxifying. And then the other ones, 1, 2, and 3, are basically to help the animal detoxify, but also help it overcome the negative effects of your mycotoxins. So you need an ingredient which helps boost the immunity, restore the immunity, prevents oxidative stress, because mycotoxins, they also can act as free radicals. And then obviously support the liver and the kidneys, where the detoxification also takes place. So we have different dose recommendations that we have, but again, we like to customize it based on the result that we have. So standard prevention, let's go to 1 kilogram. It says 0.5 to 1, but based on the results that we already see here in Nigeria, with half a kilogram, you're not getting anywhere. So it will need to be between 1 and 1.5. So that's it in a nutshell. SNTS being the ideal mycotoxin solution, not just because of the mode of actions, but also because of the service that we can offer with Innovat, with our local partner CIFIC, in helping you establish what the real level of exposure is with your mycotoxins. And with that, if we have time for questions, then I'm happy to take questions. Otherwise, I invite everyone to our booth. We're in the center location of the venue, and be there specifically at 4, because we invite you all for the happy hour.
Can we give a round of applause to Innovat Group? Thank you. Our next presentation will be virtual. Media, are we together? Okay. For Devnish Group, I would implore everyone to pay attention to both the sound and the screen. Thank you. Sorry. While we wait for the media, can I invite Agro Park for their product presentation? Can we give a round of applause while a representative from TMVK comes forward?
We have quality as our focus, consistency. We are consistent when it comes to quality, and we are also focused on growth, whereby we help our farmers grow. We believe farmers deserve a feed that works. That's why we are focused on nutritional accuracy. We have the broiler ration. So for the layer ration, our feeds are produced in as mash, and we have pellets as well. So for the layer ration, we have chick mash, and we also have chick pellets. Now, this chick mash or chick pellets is produced for that are age 0 to age formulated for rapid skeletal and muscle, rich in amino acids, vitamins, probiotics to strengthen the bird's immunity, enhanced palatability to stimulate early feed intake, Available, it all depends on your preference as a farmer. Our performance targets is early growth, that's for the chicks now, early growth uniformity, and reduced first week mortality. Now, normally when your pellets from age 9 to 18 weeks to have a balanced or formulated to strengthen bone structure and improve feather quality for these birds. And it's produced as well to optimize calcium phosphorus level to prepare birds for lay to the end. Said to have a high yield egg production, and you won't even regret you used this feed. Now that is that for the layer ration of our feeds. As I earlier said, we produce both layers and even for the broiler birds. Now for broilers, we have the super starter, which is also in the mash and the pellets presentation. The super starter is designed or formulated rather for birds that are from day 0, that's day old chick, to 14 days of their life. So this feed is supercharged. It has a supercharged formulation for early muscle and immune development. High crude protein with digestible lysine and methionine. Ideal for boosting early livability and uniform flock growth. You know, the super starter for TMDK feeds is a feed that gives this boost. By the time you start using it, you discover the birds have this rapid growth and they are healthy. So we have the starter, broiler starter is also in mash and pellets presentation. It's built for birds from 15 days of their life to 21 days. It's built for aggressive growths and efficient nutrients. It's built for aggressive growth and efficient nutrients utilization. It includes digestive enzymes to enhance protein and energy absorption. It's also balanced in minerals and vitamins for fast frame, that's for the fast frame of the birds. We have, I think this is the last, which is the finisher. The finisher is also formulated and we'll be ready to welcome you and to tell you more about our industry and what we do, more about what we do, We are new happening there, so you can just come in. Industries in Kaduna.
Yeah, are we ready now? Are we ready now? Are we
All right. Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Great farmers. Thank you for your audience so far. My name is Fumi Adewale. Hear us, please start speaking. We can hear you.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to share my presentation now. Just see if you can see what's going on. The sound comes and goes for me a little bit, but let me know if there's any issues. Just stop me. Okay, let me just